lies less than a mile between Kyle Larson and a second NASCAR Cup Series Championship. Hamlin isn't within reach. Kyle Larson comes to the line and is a two-time champion.
Denny Hamlin had the championship in his grasp at Phoenix Raceway, but a late disaster shattered his dream. In an agonizing turn of events, his hopes collapsed in the final moments, leaving Hamlin to question everything. For over 20 years, Denny Hamlin has been one of NASCAR's most consistent and respected drivers, racking up 60 Cup Series wins and 3 Daytona 500 victories. Yet one thing has always escaped him: the elusive NASCAR Cup Series Championship. In 2025, it seemed like his time had finally come, but what followed was a heartbreak that no one saw coming. This is the story of Denny Hamlin's most crushing loss. Denny Hamlin's 2025 season was nothing short of spectacular. The 44-year-old veteran finished the year with 6 wins and 18 top 10 finishes. His performance throughout the season, combined with his experience, set the stage for what seemed like a destiny fulfilled: his first NASCAR Cup Series title. But more than just a personal dream, there were bigger reasons why Hamlin was so desperate to claim that elusive championship. His father, Dennis, was in failing health, and Denny had made it clear that 2025 would be his father's last chance to see him win the Cup. Hamlin had prepared for this moment like never before. In the final race of the season at Phoenix Raceway, everything seemed to align. The number 11 Toyota was fast, the pit stops were perfect, and Hamlin dominated the field, leading an astonishing 208 laps, an all-time record for the most laps led by a Championship 4 contender in a Cup Series title race. It appeared as if all of his hard work, all of his sacrifices, and the years of near misses were finally going to pay off.
In the Championship 4, nobody has led anywhere near the laps of Denny Hamlin. 182 to William Byron's 52.
By the final laps of the race, Hamlin had stretched his lead to over 3 seconds, and with just 20 laps remaining, it seemed like nothing could stop him. He had the fastest car, the most commanding lead, and the championship within reach. The crowd at Phoenix Raceway could feel it. This was it. Denny Hamlin was about to end his 20-year quest for the Cup. But then, in a cruel twist of fate, disaster struck.
Everybody. Kim.
Okay.
Oh boy. William Byron. William Byron has a tire.
As the laps wound down, William Byron, another Championship 4 contender, suffered a tire failure that sent him crashing into the wall. The caution flag waved, and what had been a clean and straightforward run to the championship now hung in the balance. Hamlin's team decided to change 4 tires during the caution, a decision that, while seemingly the right call, would prove to be a costly one. As the field bunched up for a restart, Hamlin found himself back in 11th place, a far cry from the commanding lead he had just moments earlier. Meanwhile, drivers like Kyle Larson, who was running behind him in the standings, opted for a 2-tire strategy and gained valuable positions. The field was reset, and the race would now be decided in overtime, with a green-white checkered finish. The restart was a frenzy. Hamlin, starting in the middle of the pack, tried to claw his way forward, but the odds were stacked against him. The cars in front of him were all faster, and he couldn't make up the lost ground in the final laps. Larson, who had not led a single lap during the race, found himself in the right position at the right time. As the final laps ticked down, Larson surged to the front and eventually finished third, just enough to secure the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship. Hamlin, who had dominated the race, finished in 6th place, 3 positions behind Larson, who claimed the title. It was the kind of heartbreak that is almost impossible to put into words. Hamlin had been 40 seconds from his first ever championship, but in those final moments, the entire race was flipped on its head.
Denny Hamlin on the right was so close.
Good job, man.
Cliff Daniels and his driver, Kyle Larson, celebrate.
For Hamlin, the pain of the loss was palpable. After crossing the finish line, he parked his car on pit road and sat in his car for what felt like an eternity. He was in disbelief, unable to comprehend how everything had slipped away so quickly. It took him a minute and a half to exit the car, his mind racing with a mix of anger, frustration, and disbelief. When he finally climbed out, his family, including his fiancée Jordan Fish and his young daughters, were there to console him. Tears flowed as the gravity of the loss sank in. In the media center, Hamlin could barely contain his emotions.
I really don't have much for emotion right now. It's just numb about it. 'Cause I don't know. It's just, gosh, you work so hard and you do. It's just this sport can drive you absolutely crazy because it's just sometimes speed, talent, all that stuff just does not matter.
The man who had led the most laps, had dominated the race, had fought through every challenge, was now standing in second place yet again, left to process the crushing defeat. The respect Hamlin had earned throughout his career was on full display after the race. Even Kyle Larson, who had just won his second Cup championship, couldn't escape the feeling of guilt. Larson had seen firsthand how hard Hamlin had worked for this moment, and he knew how much it meant to his friend and competitor.
You know, and I guess we were coming to 3 laps to go, and so I was trying to figure out left rear, right rear, and about the time I hit the brakes into 3, it just laid down on the right side of the car. And
William Byron, whose tire failure triggered the caution that changed the race, also expressed his sympathy.
Yeah, I'm just super bummed that it, was a caution, obviously, and I hate that. But I hate it for Denny. I hate it for the 11 team.
He said, walking up to Hamlin to offer a heartfelt apology. "You deserved it." Hamlin, ever the sportsman, simply responded, "It happens." But the pain was still evident. The sympathy from his fellow drivers only made the defeat sting even more. In the days that followed, Hamlin's emotions were still raw. He had come so close, yet the championship continued to slip through his fingers. In a sport defined by its unpredictability and high stakes, Hamlin's experience was a harsh reminder that sometimes the best driver doesn't always win. "We were 40 seconds from a championship," Hamlin said softly. "I did everything I could. It's just, it didn't work out." Hamlin's future in NASCAR remains uncertain. Despite signing a 2-year contract extension with Joe Gibbs Racing in July, the emotional toll of this loss has left him questioning whether he can continue to fight for another title. "In this moment, I never want to race a car again," he admitted. "My fun meter is pegged." The Heartbreak, Denny Hamlin's legacy as one of NASCAR's greatest drivers without a Cup championship remains intact. He has amassed 60 career wins, including 3 Daytona 500 victories, and has finished runner-up in the standings multiple times. He has earned the respect of his peers and fans alike, but the title that has eluded him for so long still feels like a distant dream. As the 2025 season comes to a close, one thing is clear: Denny Hamlin is a champion in every sense of the word, even if the trophy remains just out of reach. In the eyes of his team, his family, and his fellow drivers, he has done everything right. But in NASCAR, sometimes doing everything right isn't enough. As Hamlin reflects on his latest championship heartbreak, one thing is certain: his story isn't over yet. The journey to a Cup Series championship may have ended in devastation, but Denny Hamlin's fight for that elusive title will continue as long as he's behind the wheel. And no matter how many times he falls short, the respect and admiration he's earned from his peers will ensure that his place in NASCAR history is secure. Denny Hamlin's story is one of perseverance, heartache, and relentless pursuit of a dream that may never come true. In 2025, he came closer than ever to capturing the elusive Cup Series title, only for fate to cruelly snatch it away. But through the tears and disappointment, Hamlin's determination shines brighter than ever. Whether or not he ever holds the championship trophy, one thing is clear: Denny Hamlin is a champion in the hearts of NASCAR fans and fellow drivers alike. His legacy is defined not by the titles he hasn't won, but by the battles he has fought, both on and off the track.